All right. All right. All right. I am the streets ordained Minister Jap. AKA Brother Beige, AKA Luther King. You know? It's time to get real, man. Stand firm on manhood around here. The voice of the free-thinking, straight black man is here. So we don't got time. It's critical times right now. We know what the war is. Feminism. The attack on masculinity. The attack on manhood. The attack on the believers. The attack on the nuclear family. See, all these other clowns are preoccupied chasing pussy, putting bitches on the pedestal, going to war with the very same brothers that want to protect this thing of ours. See, a lot of people have commercialized this message. A lot of people ushered in grifters of the movement. We see it for what it is. Dirty code. Dirty code was made to give us an instruction and a way to conduct ourselves as men amongst men. So we're gonna get back to the foundation. Manhood is the foundation. When you compromise that, you have chaos. And that's what you're seeing right now. Chaos. But you all know where to be to get that real information, to strengthen your mind, and give you focus and direction. You dig? Salute to those who support us. We fuck with those who fuck with us. We a select few. It's not mean like us. This is a master mindset. Everybody can't be saved. Let's get into this, y'all. Church, check in, man. Talk to me. Man, salute to the church, man. We had to come back with part 2 of the true colors of the rainbow. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, this might end up being a series because every day more information is starting to pour in, and now I have to continuously show y'all that they are at war with masculine men. They are at war with the nuclear family. They are at war with morality. They are at war with values. Salute to Jamil coming through with our first super chat. My brother, Sir Randolph with the second super chat. You know, I'll walk this down slow, man. Last night we spoke about this, and we do want to make sure we handle this with the right etiquette, man. First and foremost, rest in peace to those who lost their lives, those children, 3 adults. Black man lost his life as well. You know, not seeing Black Lives Matter in this matter. Not seeing any marches against that rainbow. Not seeing the rainbow step up, claim their work, and apologize to these people that one of their members, who everybody from the straight community has been forced to give preferential treatment and to fight for, and to hear all of their complaints and give them what they want, to be held hostage on your morals and principles. You're scared to be a man. You're scared to be a believer. Somehow they made that wrong to make them right. Stayed up all night, man. Just I got emails from a few people, and more things started to pour in. And I started to realize the hypocrisy of these people. And they are conveniently disavowing and misgendering the shooter in the Nashville school shooting for a reason. You ever know? Because if we misgendered them in any other platform, any other forum, we would be bigoted and we'd be hated. But now this is a convenient time to misgender them. Call this woman a woman now. Now it's okay to be a woman. But if it was on a swim team and it won a medal, you couldn't call it a man. You would have to call it a woman. The shooter clearly was identifying themselves as a man. Why not uphold that same respect now? Because it goes against the agenda. Nobody calls this community to action. I promise you they offer nothing to the people in Uganda waving their flag. Because first and foremost, they're Black Africans. That should show you where you stand within that nation. That flag represents a nation. And it's not just the Americans. The people in the UK are not going to help Uganda's rainbow community. The people in Australia are not going to help the rainbow community. The people in Canada, as Starbucks out as Canada is, they are not going to send aid and assistance and say, you have a place here. We'll come get you. You can come to Canada. There's not going to be an effort to save those people. Those people are going to learn the hard way that this is a selfish group of people who do nothing for the world. The Sherbert community will do nothing for anyone but themselves. They have every right that they wanted. Now they're just trying to take away your rights. This is the only community right now that is allowed to kick you out and ban you from their blocks and their communities in their area if you don't agree with them. And they are backed by law. This is rainbow crow. I called it a long time ago. They are a terrorist group. I haven't seen them do anything of peace. I haven't seen them do anything of greatness to help the world. I have not seen any of them leaders. They've had ample opportunity to speak up. Not even a RIP tribute. No foundations, no GoFundMes on behalf of them. They want straight dollars to straighten that out. At this point, we need to demand the gay dollar to help those grieving families. That rainbow community needs to pay for every one of those funerals. Starting with Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy. Anybody who identified with that nation of people, because you want to be considered a nation, you owe reparations to the people in the societies that you've destroyed. When they are not prepared to have a logical conversation because they can't, they go to their go-tos of shaming, racism, transphobia, homophobia, bigotry, all of the go-to means, and then they'll even shame you. Maybe deep down you're gay. Well, if that was the case, why would you try to use that as a shaming tactic? Wouldn't you want to embrace? Somehow putting together a family that has no way of reproducing is better than a nuclear family. That's rewarded. What was it, San Francisco? They was going to give them like, what, 2 G's a month? Something to that degree. Don't quote me. You guys know the specific numbers, but they were going to just basically pay trans people for simply being trans. We haven't been getting paid for simply being black. I certainly haven't been getting paid simply for being beige. And people are going to stop acting like this is something you're born as. This takes a conscious effort to put on that makeup, those dresses, and to do those things, to take those pills to lower your testosterone, or for a woman to take those pills to increase your testosterone. But now you're coming for children. And I'm a very observant person. I watched, and a lot of people may not agree with me on this, but I'm my own person. I have my own thoughts. I watched people demonize Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was demonized for just having love for children. He did a lot of nice things and great things for children. Everybody makes jokes about this. I get it. Jokes are funny. I'm a comedian as well. But it's time to be truthful about this. Michael Jackson died a virgin. Michael Jackson really helped kids. They demonized Michael Jackson to make it weird for loving kids. Michael Jackson paid for countless kids and cancer patients treatment, children, not the Rainbow Coalition. He had children living in his house on sick beds. They don't tell you about that. Families would write letters to Michael Jackson asking for help with sickly children. Children loved Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson loved children. But with the media, they can spin that to make something that was supposed to be great perverted. He wasn't mentally equipped to defend himself. They Me Too'd Michael Jackson. They Me Too'd Michael Jackson. Now look at the mindset of society now. Michael Jackson's a demon who helped cancer patients, kids with leukemia, kids that were dying. Last wish was to meet Michael Jackson. He was there. Helped children in Africa. He was about helping children. And he spent money. He adopted children. But they make that, they find some way to make him look like a monster. And those who call him a monster wouldn't do anything close to the greatness that Michael Jackson did for children. That's the real logical talk. It's to the point where it became a trend to shame people who liked children, men who liked to be around children, to help children. Now men were scared to be around children. The same way men are now scared to be alone in work settings or different settings with women. When they Me Too Michael Jackson, everybody, all these families who willingly signed up to have the kids stay at the Never Never Ranch for the medical attention and help that Michael Jackson was giving and the happiness that he was bringing to children, to say, he did touch you, right? Okay, cool. We're going to go to get a check now. So they rape Michael Jackson's pockets. That's the appreciation that the world we live in shows when you try to help. Now look at the 180 that's been done in society. Now the society is fighting to bring actual monsters. Some are registered sex offenders coming to your school to read to kids. Now they've inserted this into the curriculum. See, it was all good for the narrative of hating Michael Jackson, saying that he was touching on kids. But now you have, and I want to show you this video. Shout out to EV. I got the tweet that you sent. My brother EV sent me a tweet. I'm kind of on the fence if I can show it or not, because I'll post it on Facebook today, and I'll post it on my Instagram, because I know how these people do. But it was a drag show for children. And the drag queen sat on the child's lap, straddled him, her, or the kid or whatever, because they blurred out the face of the child, and was straddling him and dancing. I saw it with my own eyes. Somehow that's protected. But Michael Jackson helping sickly kids, socially awkward kids, kids who had learning disabilities and things of that nature, helping their families. He helped their families. Michael Jackson was weird. We get that. He didn't have any friends. He built a zoo for children. No physical evidence. Just a bunch of Me Too testimonies from coach kids and from parents to destroy an unarticulate man who meant well with a bag. So now you're letting children get lap dances from men impersonating women. And somehow that is more important than the nuclear family, than the thoughts and the voice of the free-thinking straight men of the world. We're demonized. Masculinity is toxic. The media is very powerful. I showed you last night. I'm going to show you more. There are a lot of people speaking out against the rainbow. And we're showing the true colors of the rainbow today. Part 2. They're going to demonize the people speaking about it and not the people behind this. Why do transgenders and drag queens want to be around children? How can you make that normal? Children can't go see X-rated movies. Children can't go see R-rated movies. But they can go to drag shows. So the first time they are introduced to sexuality, it's a raunchy, demonistic, inhumane form of love. Homosexual sex is meaningless. It produces nothing. And that's their prerogative and that's their business. They have taken away the rights of parents. Parents are losing their livelihood trying to raise their children the way that they see fit. They don't have the decency to back off of kids. How far do they want to go? Why in the grand scheme of things, nobody is looking at this and saying, this is clearly a hate crime. This is a mass murderer representing a community who's taken lives in the name of the said community, and even goes as far as to go into a Christian church school, plan the attack, and it's not viewed as a hate crime. Conveniently, we're going to call it a mental illness now. But you can't, see, this is the problem I have. Media. When they're dressing up and no crime is being committed and dancing around in the streets, oh, they're born like this. You can't call it a mental illness. How dare you call the LGBTQ community and say that they need mental help? This is a mental disorder. But all of a sudden, conveniently, now that you got caught doing the evil that you set out to do, in this community, now that the evil of this community is about to be exposed, oh, that's a mental disorder. So you conveniently can deem trans mentally disordered? Because it's not a mental disorder when they're doing cartwheels in the middle of your streets in front of every Starbucks, walking around. But if you go watch that show from Matt Walsh, that documentary, What is a Woman? He is interviewing a man who is butt naked, standing in front of Starbucks with a coffee. If you think I'm lying, go watch it. No police stopped this man. He didn't get arrested. All he had on was a pair of shoes and was walking in the Sherbert community with immunity. They didn't show him naked, but he is naked. They didn't show his bottom half. You know what I'm saying? But he interviewed him, said, why you're naked? Just freedom of expression. To express what? Sexual perversions. He was able to walk into Starbucks butt naked and buy a coffee. He was able to walk into Starbucks butt naked and buy a coffee. Now ask yourself, as a free-thinking straight man, do you have the right to walk into Harold's Chicken, Popeye's Chicken, butt-ass naked and order a six-wing dinner? And we ain't out here marching for that. But I'm proving to you that this community means nobody no good. They say, oh, they're not doing you no harm, but they're not doing us no good either. This is clearly a hate crime against the Christians. This is a clear hate crime against families. This trans gentleman took time to write a manifesto, text people before, and say what he was about to do. I'm about to end up on the news. And these are the same woke people who say defund the police. Now, what happened before? This person texted a former classmate. They all went to that school, and the trans gentleman was, I guess, liking on this woman. They played sports together, and I assume it had to be basketball. You already know my thoughts about women's basketball. And she called 911. No, she called the crisis line for suicidal people. The suicidal people said you need to call 911 non-emergency. She calls them, they take forever to get back to her. The school shooting happens afterwards. Now, let's put this in perspective, because the woke say defund the police. And this is why I'm not voting for that Johnson motherfucker in Chicago. He wants to defund the police and bring out a social worker. Now, this is Chicago. What the fuck is a social worker gonna do with a crazy motherfucker with a gun? If we take that same plan and strategy and put it in this situation, them sending a social worker, woke motherfuckers sending a social worker to the Nashville shooter's house beforehand. And this Nashville's crazy motherfucker has mapped out, got blueprints of the school, got a Kevlar vest, got ammunition, 2 rifles, and a pistol, ready to go out in a blaze. Manifesto written out. What the hell is a social worker gonna do? Now it's a mental health issue. It's not a hate crime anymore. I've talked to people just to pick their brain. Yeah, I think mental health, it need to get guns under control. They are trying the world because they know we are pussified by coddling to their feelings. We are so scared of misgendering and getting the wrong pronouns that they are able to do this now. Pastors say they canceled the Bible. Ban school prayer, something that could possibly help with mental issues. I think prayer will help more than chopping off your pieces of your body. Surgery doesn't fix feelings. But for some reason, they think that that does. And salute to the law, the people, the politicians, the people who have voices and platforms, is calling it what it is. And like I said, once I got the red pill, I realized that my whole life I've been lied to. Having free thought is like the cheating code to life, man. Because everybody is programmed. When you're an unprogrammable nigga, the world is yours. That's why I just deal with the facts and the logic. And salute to those who do the same.
Is weighing in on the Nashville shooting on the Senate floor today. Senator Josh Hawley is weighing in on the Nashville shooting on the Senate floor today. He called this a hate crime against Christians.
It was a hate crime.
Facts. Call stuff for what it is. Don't mellow it down because you don't want to offend the Sherbert community. Don't do that. You call this for what it is. And this is what they're doing. See, this is the truth about it. Let's just talk to the Sherbert community. You all hate us. This is the truth. We don't care about you. What you do is not important to us, and we rather not hear it, and we would rather ignore it. The most respectful thing we do is ignoring you and staying out of your way. We don't stop you from doing anything. There is nothing prohibiting you from doing anything in this country. We are truly not in your way. We almost avoid you. Because when we interact with you, we stand to lose more. Interacting with you makes us lose more. So out of respect, we leave you alone. Out of respect, could you leave our kids alone? Stay out of the churches. If you know, you can't rewrite the Bible. You can't rewrite the Quran. You can't rewrite the Torah. We're sorry your lifestyle doesn't fit in there. Stop forcing your way into our lives. There is enough of you to build your own ideologies, your own communities, your own beliefs, and we are not in your way. We don't intrude on your community.
A crime that, according to Nashville police, specifically targeted, that's their word.
Specifically targeted. She could have went into a Walmart. She could have went to a concert. She could have went to a club. She specifically targeted her old grammar school. Because she was socially awkward, weird, and didn't fit in with society. But the problem is that instead of trying to go to the society where you fit in, where they don't judge you, you want to intrude on others. If this was the streets, that's like you're crying about being a Crip and the Bloods don't want you over there. When you can simply just stay with your kind and it be no problems. You don't fuck with them, they don't fuck with you. In the real world, everybody's not supposed to like you. The Sherbert soldiers have been overly respected. I'm still trying to find this boatload of disrespect that's stopping them from living a wonderful life. I don't wake up every day hunting down and looking for gays. And most straight people don't. They go on Twitter every day looking for somebody to cancel. Go on YouTube, look for somebody to cancel. You know what I'm saying? Go into retail environments and make things hostile and say that they're offended. They are the ones who crave this attention, unwarranted attention. We don't care. You're the ones that come around and ruin people's days. We don't come around looking for you. You come around looking for us. You come around provoking and agitating society. They need to put that circle with that A for anarchists on their flag. Because that's what they really represent, anarchy. And they have the opportunity to prove otherwise. Do they not? Does America not give them the main stage to prove how great of a people in the community that they are? And what do? They show us half-naked men on roller skates, on parade floats and shit like that in the middle of the city. They show them attacking preachers. They show them protesting, trying to get people canceled. And they don't get it. It's no repercussions. There's no consequences for any radical things they do. They're still treated like children. They're treated like minors. They are treated like minors. The treatment is so preferential, they can pick and choose what prisons they want to go to. And the law is scared of them. You could be about to go do a 10-year sentence and tell these people, I identify as a woman, and they can send you to the woman's prison. We are one of the only countries stupid enough to believe that shit, to believe that that is a good thing. But they're conveniently not calling this a hate crime.
It was a hate crime. A crime that, according to Nashville police, specifically targeted, that's their word, targeted the members of this Christian community, the members of this religious institution.
So they're not going to factor in the religious part. You know, if it was anybody else, they'd be going all through the Facebook. If it was a Trump supporter, yeah, it would be everywhere. And everybody would be speaking on it. Maxine Waters would be coming out. Al Sharpton would be coming out. But this needs to be swept under the rug. No way can the Sherbert perverts harm anyone. Now, last night I was researching after the show, and I appreciate everybody who came into the show last night because we talked heavy, and we're going to talk heavy today. In Illinois, we had a shooting in an area that's right outside of Chicago. It's like literally like across the street. It's an area called Highland Park. And it's funny how people passed over the fact that the Highland Park shooter was a cross-dresser, was a trans gentleman. And came to a Independence Day parade with an assault rifle and shot and killed people at a 4th of July parade. To protect the image of the transgender community, they played it down. But I looked at a lot of the pictures of this guy. He's been dressing as a girl before the shooting. Pink hair, skirts. He was a nut. And he purchased a legal firearm. But the rainbow community don't claim the work. They play it down.
Throughout the past 24 hours, investigators have spoken with numerous witnesses, some of the survivors. They've had the opportunity to review numerous video clips.
This is the Highland Park shooter. The Highland Park shooter, Illinois.
Both from cell phone video recordings and fixed cameras in the area, and they've conducted a number of other follow-up investigations. And based on where we're at this point in the investigation, and some of this is still preliminary, so is subject to change as we keep moving forward, but we do believe Cremo pre-planned this attack for several weeks.
Pre-planning these attacks. Now, if you wear a MAGA hat, you're automatically on the FBI's radar. You're looked at as a domestic terrorist. But wearing this rainbow flag, how many more people have got to get hurt from the rainbow community till we not put them under the same microscope as they put the new Black Panther Party, the Proud Boys, the Not Fucking Around Coalition, countless others, because they don't even put Black Lives Matter under that.
He brought a high-powered rifle to this parade. He accessed the roof of a business via a fire escape ladder and began opening fire on the innocent Independence Day celebration goers. The rifle was purchased in Illinois, and the information we have thus far is that it appears to have been purchased legally by Cremo.
Now, these people are against, what do you call it, mental health checks. You know, you see a trans gentleman come in with a bunch of tattoos on his face. You don't think that you might want to check this guy out? The hell you want to do with a rifle? What the hell do you want to do with a rifle? 'Cause if you're such a peaceful people, but you're planning these attacks, this is on your mind, premeditated. You're dreaming of this. This is in the minds of the trans gentlemen.
During the attack, Primo was dressed in women's clothing, and investigators do believe he did this to conceal.
There you go. Dressed in women's clothing. But this is my problem. They're trying to make it seem like it wasn't his lifestyle. They're making it seem like this was just a costume. This dude been dressing like women. See, this is how this was old. This is last year. This is how they tried to weasel out of this one.
Was dressed in women's clothing, and investigators do believe he did this to conceal his facial tattoos and his identity and help him during the escape with the other people who were fleeing the chaos. During the attack, we believe that Primo fired more than 70 rounds from this rifle.
He was getting buck 70 rounds, bro. So they're very convenient, and when they pick and choose labeling these people how they've been fighting to be labeled. Because I've seen more than one picture of this dude dressed up as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Now, more news has come out about the Nashville school shooter. You know, we're going to listen to the friend who spoke to, we got a couple videos of that, the friend that spoke to the shooter before it happened.
Kelly, thank you. Our team coverage continues tonight as we hear from one of the suspects.
And I personally think that red hat was a part of the strategy too. I think that this was some woke shit and they wanted to really, she came there to spark up bullshit. The red hat was done on purpose, man. The red hat was done on purpose to make it, to frame it towards the right. And I personally believe that even with the January 6th attacks, it's very easy to infiltrate movements when you're wearing the disguise. Kind of like the manosphere. A lot of people were wearing the disguise of red pill ideology, but then they created havoc and started the troubles that we have now. And now you're seeing that these people are not really who they were, but it was easy to blend in. It's easy. It's not hard for, tell me, just hear what I'm saying. Tell me if it's not hard for a bunch of woke people to go buy MAGA hats and go tear some shit up in the name of MAGA. They did it with Black Lives Matter. Antifa people put on Black Lives Matter t-shirts, and who gets the blame when the police stations get burned down? Black Lives Matter. Black people get the blame. When you look at the January 6th riots, there's a man locked up for 4 years for just wearing some horns on his head because he was the only noticeable one walking around. But when they showed the tapes of this guy, he did nothing wrong. He did no vandalism. He even grabbed the bullhorn and called for peace and telling people to be peaceful. Then, on top of all that, he served in the Navy. So he was a patriot. But these, what do you call it, agent provocateurs, I truly believe all you have to do is put on a MAGA hat and pretend like you're down, but you're there to do chaos. You're there to destroy it. And that's just like the manosphere. Niggas wore the costume of alpha, the costume of red pill, the costume of masculinity, the costume of men's rights. Now what you got ushering in? gays, white supremacists. Very easy to infiltrate because we don't vet people. You know, we don't vet people. Anybody can be down. You're down with Black Lives Matter, you put on a t-shirt, they don't do anything to make sure you're official. You're wearing that t-shirt, screaming that bullshit, drinking your Starbucks with your skateboard, start tearing shit up and take the shirt off and go back like you never did anything. This hat was wore, in my opinion, to make you to get America riled up as if Trump supporters came into a grammar school opening fire. That's what the imagery that she wanted it to be look like, especially in a Republican state. That's what they want you to think.
Former basketball teammates tell us that she received a message from Audrey Hale just before this tragedy. That friend, in turn, called police. Fox 17 News' Amanda Chan looking into the response from the non-emergency number to see if that response could have been handled more quickly.
And just to go back to what AOC said, because women say so much about equality, AOC said specifically, cisgender straight men are often the ones after children, not LGBT and trans people. Look at the world we're living in today. And we're not going to give equal scrutiny. This was a woman who did this. So let me tell you, everybody who needs to be thrown under the bus for this. Women need to be thrown under the bus for this. Woke people need to be thrown under the bus for this. LGBTQT need to be thrown under the bus for this. Everything that this particular shooting embodied everything that's wrong in society right now, present day. I don't know what to call it. A she or he? I'm gonna call it a she. That's what's on the birth certificate. And I'm not gonna respect its pronouns because it didn't respect the lives of these children and that black male custodian that was just there trying to do his job. I'm not gonna respect your pronouns when black men are losing their jobs because of your feelings, because you feel someone doesn't like you. We've already defined woke. Go watch the videos. We know what woke is.
Scott, this former teammate tells me the messages she received from the suspect just moments before the shooting. Now she's trying to process everything, especially getting the help that she tried to get. Avriana Patton says she received a message from Audrey Hale, the 28-year-old suspect, Monday morning, a little after 10. These are the messages Patton received. The suspect saying, "I'm planning to die today. This is not a joke. You'll probably hear about me on the news after I die."
This is all planned. But now they want to call it a mental health issue conveniently. But you can't say that transgender people are mentally ill and they need mental medical attention. No. Oh, that's bigoted. These people know what they're doing. They're not crazy. Okay. But now they're conveniently crazy.
"I don't want to live. I've left more than enough evidence behind." Patton immediately sent a screenshot to her dad. Her dad told her to call the suicide prevention hotline based on the messages Hale sent. But Patton says the hotline told her to call deputies since staff can only help if the person calling is suicidal. The Davidson County.
Wow. So, being soft again as a country, nobody stepped up. They dropped the ball. The suicide line passed the buck. So that should automatically, we should cut funding for suicide lines. Defund the suicide line. Because when you really need them to come through, they not urgent. They don't handle shit in a sense of urgency. If they just pass the buck and tell you to call, if they just give you another phone call, you're getting transferred, maybe we need to defund them. Looks like they serve no purpose. Looks like they serve no purpose to me.
County Sheriff's Department told Patton to call the non-emergency number. She called at 10:14 where she told
Person taking their own life and threatening to die is a non-emergency, right? Okay. But these are the same people who want to defund the police and put social workers in social workers. A motherfucker with a clipboard. Okay. How is a motherfucker with a clipboard going to stop this?
told us she was on hold for about 7 minutes.
Nobody ever came. And then maybe like an hour and a half later, I received another phone call and they were saying, okay, we're going to send somebody. And I was like, oh, I thought you guys were sending somebody initially.
No one ended up coming to her home until a little after 3 p.m., hours after police say Hale killed 6 people.
Hours! So if the police didn't have this non-emergency shit, that dropped the ball. If we had more cops in the school, wouldn't be no hours of motherfuckers shooting it out in the school. The response time was the ball was dropped. But that's what woke does. Oh, no. We don't need more cops, this, and this. We need social workers and caseworkers. Fat, out of shape motherfuckers to come ring your doorbell with a clipboard. You know? Stupid shit.
People.
I just couldn't believe it. Like, and then the fact to know that I did, I tried to reach out, not even knowing that it was her. I didn't. I don't know.
I reached out to the national.
No, the suicide people don't do nothing. The non-emergency motherfuckers don't do nothing. Defund the non-emergency branch. If anybody's calling the police, it needs to be a fucking emergency. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be calling the police if it wasn't a fucking emergency. They don't take shit serious. But this is a woke country. Don't want to offend anyone. Let's keep everything politically correct and make sure everybody's feelings are intact. What about the feelings of these families that just lost their kids? Police need to be overfunded. Y'all act like motherfuckers know how to act like this world is not crazy. You're making it crazier by enabling and giving preferential treatment to the most evil people to grace the planet. We allow criminals to get to complain about how tight the cuffs are. Try that shit in Africa. Ask for a badge number in Africa. Not fucking around with you, and we fuck around too much. That's the problem. We're fucking around with people too much. We gotta stop fucking around.
Suicide prevention hotline to ask about typical protocol if someone is calling on behalf of another person. I am waiting on a response. But on the website, you can see what to do if a friend or loved one needs help. Saying never keep it a secret if a friend tells you about it.
They contacted you, you told them to contact somebody else. Anybody could have did that. You lazy motherfuckers, they need to shut y'all down. Blood on y'all hands. Blood on y'all hands. Crisis center my ass. Crisis.
A plan to hurt themselves. Call 988 so that you can find out what resources are available in your area.
Who the fuck want to do all that? Motherfucker, this crazy motherfucker saying they gonna kill somebody, kill themselves. I want to make sure they don't kill themselves and nobody else. The motherfucker already think there's a fucking man and it's a damn woman. Please send somebody over there now. If we took these people seriously, you know what I'm saying, as a serious threat, it wouldn't be no problem. But if you called these numbers and said, yeah, it's a Muslim guy over here, man, he's bowing down, he's saying stuff, I don't know what he's saying, Allahu Akbar, he's doing all of this, man, and I think he's got guns in that, woo, before the fucking phone hang up. Oh, it's a bunch of Trump supporters, you know, they got red hats and stuff out there, and, you know, they got guns, and they're talking about going up to a school, I don't know what's going, woo! That's what I'm talking about.
Area. I also reached out to the director of Nashville's emergency communications to ask about the response time. Director Stephen Martini tells me there were a high number of calls coming in about the shooting at the same time as non-emergency calls. A spokesperson for Metro Police says by the time Patton called, officers were already at the Covenant School.
Not taking these people serious, man. Y'all motherfuckers want a caseworker this shit to death, man. You can't caseworker these crazy motherfuckers, man. Let's see what the girl had to say, though, man. Let's see what the girl had to say, man. It say, hold on. What was it? This the classmate. Okay, we got the classmate here.
On this tragedy, I want to introduce you to Avriana Patton, who's a former middle school teammate of the Nashville shooter. Avriana, first off, we are so sorry for everything that your community is going through. I know you're there in Nashville. Tell me, what was your...
And again, man, if you ever been to Nashville, it's such a nice place, man. Like, if we had at least... America would be better if we had about 30 states that was like Nashville. And the rest of you niggas live in chaos. Nashville is beautiful. It's so rare. This is why I was so shocked. Because when I go to Nashville, man, I've never been treated so nice in my life. But to see this craziness in Nashville, rainbow flag. That's all I'm blaming. That's the only people who need to fucking speak up. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody else. None of you woke politicians. No. Sherbert people need to speak on the Sherbert people.
reaction initially when you heard that a shooting had happened?
I was just, when I heard about a shooting, I didn't even correlate the two. I just know that morning I had received that type of message and I tried to respond, encouraging words, but then I was just like, I screenshotted it to my dad and I was like, Dad, should I say something? And if so, what do I do? How do I respond to something like this? And he was like, call.
Shout out to Catherine. Corinne Jean-Pierre, where the hell are you at? Black lives don't matter when the Sherbert pervert come in and shoot the place up and kill the black man. Where's Black Lives Matter? Because if it was a cop that did it, we'd be out with bullhorns. But the Sherbert community is out here killing black men, destroying black men all the time. Look at what the Sherbert community did to Chingy. Chingy could still be rapping right now with a career if it wasn't for the Sherbert community trying to attack him and attack his masculinity. That should be a crime what Sydney Starr did to Chingy, lying like that. But you know what it did? It catapulted Sydney Starr career and to the point where MTV is still doing business. That's what they're showing you in this society. Fuck your manhood. Am I lying? Did we not watch Sydney Starr lie on Chingy to get fame and stardom and still has not paid retribution to the man that she destroyed to get there? and society spit in the face of black men. MTV, VH1, Viacom spit in the face of black men by rewarding that trans gentleman with the opportunity of being Love and Hip Hop, be on websites and continue to clout up. Probably richer than Chingy ever been. I've been the first black man on YouTube in this space, but we are our own space now. You know what I'm saying? Because I've already told you I'm not fucking with these motherfuckers. But those who I fuck with, they know. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes. But no, you're not seeing me fucking with motherfuckers. I was the first nigga to show y'all that. The trans gentleman attacks. Just go through my channel and type in trans. While these niggas over here speaking on Tekashi 6ix9ine and all this celebrity babble shit, family, the trans gentlemen are coming after black men to destroy them, to destroy their reputations, to disrupt their businesses. Chingy had record deals he lost because of that. Chingy had record deals because of that. So you're not going to tell me this is a peaceful community who wants harmony amongst men and women and everybody, and love is love. No, no, no. They come to destroy. It's so bad with the trans gentleman community. They are actually hated by the L and the G and the B. The rainbow really don't even want them in the rainbow. They causing so much havoc. They don't want them in the rainbow.
The suicide prevention, and then we went from there.
Oh yeah, and black women in full support. Black women still hang with Sydney Starr. Black women still watching T.S. Madison and RuPaul Runway. Black women get together and go get drinks and go to drag shows. So I tell you, black women ain't on your side. We are about the free thinking straight men, manhood, masculinity. And if it's toxic to you, fuck you.
Well, I went from there.
Right, and so tell me from the beginning here, I mean, you received a message through social media from the shooter saying what?
She said that, would you like for me to read it verbatim?
Sure.
Okay. All right, she said, so basically that post I made on here about you, that was basically a suicide note. I'm planning to die today. This is not a joke. You'll probably hear about me on the news after I die. This is the last goodbye. I love you. See you again in another life, Audrey. And then There's more to it.
I mean, that's horrifying. And that message came to you at 9:57 in the morning. Is that right?
Yes.
And then you told your dad just a few minutes later.
Mm-hmm. I screenshotted it to him.
And then you called the suicide prevention hotline.
Yes.
And you're taking all these actions, and you were taking them quite quickly. Did you feel like you were doing it fast enough at the time?
Yeah. I was just doing.
Sound like she did react pretty fast, you know? But the people that she was talking to didn't react.
What I was told on the phone.
Right. And so what did the suicide prevention hotline tell you?
They asked me, was I the person that needed the assistance? And if not, they would need the person that needed the process or assistance to be on the phone. And then they suggested me to call the sheriff's department.
So they pointed you to the sheriff's department, which you also called them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Around
Yes.
10:14.
Let me just confirm that for you.
Defund that hotline. It don't help.
Just gonna confirm at Sheriff's office at 10:13 a.m.
At 10:13. This is also the same time that police are responding to calls of shots fired at 10:13. Do you feel like the system fell apart here?
You know, I'm not here to point any fingers. All I know is here to tell my process, my story. This is what happened.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You acted quickly.
I just need solutions, you know. You know, when you receive.
That's perfect what you just said, Jay Wood. This is a cover-up. They're covering for the rainbow. That suicide nonprofit shit is a waste of money. They need to go. We just need more police. Police, 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 police. They ain't about to do shit. Get the police. Police come get you, take you to the hospital. That's it.
A message like that, you know. How do you respond to something like that?
Well, it sounds to me like you did the right things. You went through the process. You took action immediately.
Truly devastating. Like,
okay. Let's see what else is going on, man. Because, like, man, everybody just kept sending me more and more shit coming out. The manifesto, they going through that. We might end up having to do a show with the manifesto. But I did see, like, the type of drawings this crazy motherfucker was doing. You know, it's just crazy, man.
FBI Special Agent and Navy SEAL Jonathan Gilliam. Jonathan, we are still less than 24 hours from this shooting. What are investigators doing literally as we speak right now?
Well, right now they're probably combing through the evidence to try to figure out what the motivation was here. But with somebody who has
Yeah, I've been trying to find the manifesto. If anybody finds it while we're doing the show, post the link with a super chat so I can see it.
You're not, the motivation may be completely unbased or based in false reality.
And who really, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not know anything about 988 to today. This is my first time hearing about 988. I know because if you ever looked up a police station, they have a regular phone number when you had to call for non-emergency. But I didn't know 988 was non-emergency. All I knew was 311, 411, and 911. This 988 shit is new to me. I don't call the police much. I stay out of motherfucking bullshit.
So, you know, when you have these types of attacks, the investigation is really
and she's holding that weapon like she knows how to shoot. She's been practicing. Don't make no mistake. This is Tennessee. Motherfuckers be shooting. I never heard of 988. I did not know that was a non-emergency.
To put the pieces together. It's also, of course, but with somebody who has mental illness, you're not the motivation.
Okay, so it's new. It just started in 2022. You ain't like me on that one. I did not know it was a non-emergency. Because if you ever call 911, they'll say, is this emergency or non-emergency? Or you could just call their non-emergency number, which is usually like just a regular phone number to a station. But I didn't know that.
May be completely unbased or based in false reality. So, you know, when you have these types of attacks, the investigation is really to put the pieces together. It's also, of course, to find out if there was any other association with anybody who may have helped plan this and where the guns came from and so on and so forth.
Okay, so it's not 988, it's HCC. That's the problem. We don't even know what a non-emergency number is. You don't want to be getting spent. So y'all, they gonna make calling the police like an 800 number, man. You know? And it was like the one time I did call the police is when I first bought my house. And I guess the motherfuckers thought the house was empty. And they tried to break in, bust the window. And I got on their ass. I was on the phone on hold for about 30 fucking minutes. I ain't never been on. I was like, this is what calling the police is like. I ain't never really called the police. I think as a kid, when we used to prank call the police, they answered faster than that shit. I was on the phone for a long goddamn time.
The details of the investigation, but unfortunately, in a situation like this, it's really just putting the pieces together for the families, and so they can close this case. There's not going to be anything that comes out of this as far as prosecution goes.
Yeah, I mean, and that leaves the question, who's going to be held responsible as far as getting justice for these lives lost and these families that are affected. I understand the manifesto is going to be key in trying to put the pieces together.
The brother Dan said last time he called the police, they arrested him. I'm not gonna lie. When they did come, they was getting mad at me because I was turned up. They was trying to arrest me. They asked me more questions about me than what the motherfuckers look like. And the crazy part about it is they was hitting a bunch of houses in the neighborhood and they ended up getting killed like days later. It was like a sheriff. He was living in he was in the house when they broke in. And I guess they broke into his daughter's room. And he didn't stay too far from me, like 2-3 blocks down when I talked to him about it. It was like, yeah, it was the same MO, 2 niggas with black hoods. And he shot and killed the motherfucker. And the other motherfucker got locked up. You know what I'm saying? Black man too.
In this plot that was planned by this person. But, you know, Jonathan, I want to go to these text messages because this shooter, a friend of the shooter, said that she had reached out that morning saying that she was going to die today. There's a couple of ways this can go, but I want to go this route. You know, she said, you're probably going to hear this on the news after I die. How much of a role does the...
So Audrey's name is Aiden. That's the transgenital name. You see? You know? But the rainbow community don't want to claim they work. They never want to claim they terrorists, man. Claim your terrorists. Y'all not here bringing love to the world.
Media play in this. Obviously, we have to cover it, but it was really troublesome to see that she said you're going to see this on the news.
Right. Well, so, you know, this is the reality with this is that these people that are doing these types of over.
That's what the rainbow community looks like, man. Claim your work. These your people. You're not going to wiggle your ass out of this one.
Actions are typically either trying to show that they are dominant, which we've seen in the case of many of the people before, or they have a no longer have the will to live, and they want to force someone else to kill them. But in some of these cases, such as these where there's mass shooting going on, I think there's much deeper issues going on here. And the hatred, they have a hatred.
I know a lot of people that moved down because it's a lot of people that moved from major cities that moved down to Tennessee. Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, you know, my brother's down there. It's a lot of people down there who got out of the inner city BS to go down there. And if you go down, I'm telling you, it's so peaceful, so beautiful. And to see this craziness go down and it come from the transgender community, you know those motherfuckers down there gonna look to the transgender community. That's why they're not interviewing a lot of Republicans and shit down there. They're not letting a lot of Republicans speak on this shit because we see what it is.
At some point, they have confusion in their mind, and not only do they want to die, but there's something in there that is also pushing them to kill others. And I have to tell you, this is. All
right, let's slow this down, man. Any person who wants to chop off their breasts is crazy. Any man who wants to chop off his genitalia is crazy. Let's start there. Let's stop handling these people like what you're thinking about doing to your body is sanity. You're crazy. So what do crazy people do? Crazy shit. We need to be on high alert with this community. Let's stop trying to spare their feelings. And let's be on high alert with this community. High alert. If a man will cut his own ding-a-ling off, I'm definitely, you know what I'm saying, on high alert when this motherfucker come around. Yeah, we need to be on high alert about these people, man.
Not just a tragedy. This is something that we're seeing reoccurring. I was doing my research to come on here, and it is a fact that the majority of school shooters.
Where is most of the WNBA stand on this? Claim your people. You didn't claim Dahmer. You didn't claim Gacy. You didn't claim the damn the Highland Park shooter. Who's all the other shooters that they had to name? Hold on, let me go through the Twitter because the brother sent it to me last night on Twitter. Let's go back because we're not letting up on y'all, man. Full steam ahead, all gas. With all gas. We not fucking around with y'all. Hold on. Nah, these niggas still sending me hoes twerking on South Beach. Potato heads. God damn it. Hold on. God damn, man. It sucks having all these fucking inboxes, man. Send me that shit again, man. God damn. Hold on. Damn, somebody drew a picture of me. I gotta save that. That's cold. That's going up. Bus driver jumped himself with guns. Okay, here we go. The Colorado Springs shooter identifies as non-binary. The Denver shooter identifies as trans, purple hair. Aberdeen shooter is trans, and the Nashville shooter is trans. These motherfuckers coming in as Kamala Harris and shit. Y'all crazy, man. Let me shout out bro who just did this picture of me. This shit look crazy. I like this. Shout out to D. Cola, man. I see you, bro. Let me reshare this. Let me retweet this. Bro drew a cartoon of me. This shit is raw as hell. It say, talk to me, you perverts. This shit is funny as hell. Go to my Twitter. Y'all can take a look at it. Salute to D. Cola, man. Appreciate that. Word on Twitter is these transformers are being indoctrinated by Ukraine Azov battalion plants here in the States to commit future attacks. Wow. Kamala's coming in here. I'm going back to Ghana soon. It's time for me to work my magic mouth on President Akafu Adubu. You better ask about me. Y'all know how I get it. Y'all come on, man. Salute to Kamala. Y'all niggas is crazy, man. Y'all niggas is crazy.
And mass shooters that we've had in the recent history in this nation are all people who have sexual identity dysfunctions. And the medical industry will no longer diagnose people.
Thank you. The medical industry dropped the ball. It's a lot of people blood on their hands for this one.
With these dysfunctions, they now classify these people as having medical conditions. And this is a problem because people are growing up playing video games, which this person was a video game.
All the weirdos. This is all the incel weirdo shit, woke bullshit. Show us the Starbucks app on their phone.
Fanatic, they do not understand who they are or what their gender or sexuality is because of the way that society has changed. I'm reading the stories that are out in the media, and I can't even tell if this person was a transgender male or transgender woman. It's being reported that it was a woman.
Oh, but that's more important to respect the pronouns than this motherfucker to respect the lives of others. Damn, somebody just sent me a picture of Tia Mari. Oh my God, she is terrible. She done got fat as hell.
But when the police actually put out the press notifications, they were saying that they identified this person from their car and calling them a male. But when you go to LinkedIn, it's saying that it's a he, or a he, him. So there's such confusion in people now that we have psychological issues that are just beyond schizophrenic, and we're supporting these things, and it's causing mass confusion.
Thank you. See, that's why I watch Fox, because they call this shit for what it is, man. Salute the Inspector, Minister Jap twin. We appreciate you, man. We got our first sponsor of the day coming through. Look how he did my face on the thumbnail. He's crazy. Blacks had the DC Sniper. Whites had Dylan Roof. This to say a few, the Rainbow Mafia needs to claim theirs. Yeah, we had to deal with the DC Sniper. We had to eat that. And you know why the DC Sniper did this? Do you really know why the DC Sniper did this? The DC Sniper wanted to start a serial killer of random attacks because his wife, his ex-wife, took his kid from him. See, it kind of all goes back into feminism. Yeah, we're gonna be petty today. I'm gonna tie this back and blame y'all hoes for making that man crazy. She used the system against him so he couldn't get his child. So his idea was, I'm gonna start a random mass shooting type of thing, a killer, have them looking for this killer, and eventually she gonna be one of the ones that get popped, and that's why he made it all random. So he can get his kid back from the bitch. That's what happened. So yeah, we can still find a way to tie it back and blame you feminist hoes. That's the reason why the DC Sniper did what he did, to get his kids back. You know? But you're not going to tell me this community got love for children. They are being bold, cocky, they don't care. You know, and we're going to continue to bring awareness. And we're not here to support them. I'm sorry. I don't support them in anything. We're not going to disrespect them. We're not going to interact with you. You know, we're going to leave you free to your own vices, because trust and believe you all will destroy yourselves. You don't need our help. I got nothing to say to that community except for claim your work. Fix your people. Go help your people. Stop asking straight people to fix your problems. You got everything now. Go out here and show the world how great you are and leave our kids alone.
Then we'll turn to you, giving up the fear inside. It's freeing like you never knew. Go and see San Francisco. Go and turn up that We'll forget you were ever upset. We'll convert your children and make an ally of you yet. We'll make an ally of you yet. We'll make an ally of you yet.
Now, could anybody in the straight community sing a song saying we're coming for your children? But we're supposed to take this lightly. They're coming for the children. They're making it known, they're bold. You think it's all fun and games until they're coming into the schools. Salute the Moet sponsoring us with a $50 super chat. God's working with the Jap Preach. Appreciate you, man. See, this type of stuff don't go viral, but the BS does. You know? But we not here for that. We got to reach the people we reach, man. So y'all make sure y'all hit that share button. That share button is really important. That share and that like button. Get this out here, man. Feel free to clip what you want to clip, and let's get this out here, man.
To the point that people are going out and killing. Until we start looking at this for the reality of what it is, we are going to continue to have these types of attacks.
There are so many questions to your point, Jonathan.
Nobody wants to put the rainbow community put the Sherbert soldiers under a microscope. What is their plan? What is their mission? What is their mission? We heard what Black Lives Matter's mission statement was. To destroy the nuclear family. They're doing a damn good job.
That experts really need to provide us answers on, and they need to get in the trenches with these individuals to give those individuals answers.
First of all, people got to stop being scared of these people and stop letting them say every time we ask them questions is hate. They ask you, where do you stand with LGBTQ, the community? I don't. Yeah. Church, check in. Listen, if you like this exclusive content, make sure you go over to Patreon, become a member, and you're going to have unlimited access to all my banned from YouTube content, banned from the public. People cannot take this heat. We dropping straight heat, straight fire. You know how we do. Follow me on all social media platforms. The link is in the description. Again, join the Patreon. It starts as low as $5. Join. Peace.